All right, let's get right into the main event then with Beterbiev and Callum Smith. 7th round TKO for Beterbiev. It's literally like the same playbook with Beterbiev seemingly every fight. Although he did come out trying to start a little quicker in the first round, but it's literally like he downloads all the information, slowly starts breaking you down, and like Callum Smith said after the fight, you just can't keep him off you. He just seems to be touching, but his punches seem to have so much authority on them that eventually he can't stop it. Even Buddy McGirt said to Callum, don't stand on the ropes and keep taking punches, but I don't think he can throw punches back because he's getting hit so hard so often that if he feels like if he throws, he's going to get knocked out. And man, it was just an absolute beat down, slowly wearing him down. And man, Beterbiev looked excellent in my opinion. Dying to hear what you think on this one though.
Do you remember years ago that insect repellent off? I think I would try putting that all over my fighter's body before he gets in there with Beterbiev. And I don't know. See if maybe that has some effect on him. Because what you just said is true. What Smith witnessed, what he witnessed firsthand is true. It's hard to keep this son of a gun, really, to keep him off. Smith was a little tight early. He wasn't using his length, not fighting tall. Beterbiev started fast, as you alluded to. He doesn't always start fast. He started fast. He sent the message. Maybe some people thought he was getting old. I think he sent a message, I'm not old. I'm going to start a little faster just to show you. I noticed he was doing a lot of warming up in the locker room, more than he normally does.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah. And then when I noticed that, then I saw him start fast. I said, maybe they felt tight. They felt a little cold up there, cold weather up there where they were, up in Canada. Maybe he was tight, and he wanted to get warmed up, get the engine going, so he could come out of the driveway fast. He did. Whatever it was, he did. And the most important thing you notice right from the beginning, Ken, he had no trouble getting in close where he wanted to be. So he wins the first round. Much better second round for Smith. He used his jab. He started to use length a little bit. He's a tall, big guy. He's got a big frame on him, and he's physically strong. That don't matter to Beterbiev. He doesn't care. But his jab, Beterbiev is like a piece of wire. He's like a piece of freaking steel. I mean, really. These other guys are big, strong. You see them like Smith, and then you get to Beterbiev, and really, it's like he's made out of some kind of alloy that we've never witnessed before. That would probably be good for a spaceship, coming in. Into the atmosphere so it didn't get burnt up. It probably could ward off all kinds of heat because Beterbiev sure as hell wards off all kinds of heat. He wards off everything, and he just melts you down. Much better second round for Smith. I gave him the second round. I thought he won. That's the only round I gave him. I saw a couple scorecards gave him 2 rounds. I didn't. I gave him the 1 round, the second round. The referee was scaring me a little bit. I don't have a lot of faith in that referee. He broke him in the 3rd round for no reason. But at the end of the day, he didn't get in the way. Beterbiev wouldn't let anybody get in the way. All Beterbiev in the 3rd round. He gets inside. He throws short shot. That's the brilliance too. It's not just how strong and relentless. Short Joe Louis type shots. Nice and short shots in there. Really, really beautiful. He uses the jab on the outside. He even mixes in a counterpunch here and there. The guy is much more complete than he gets credit for because he's so aggressive. He's such a destructive machine. He's the boogeyman. Because he's the boogeyman, he doesn't get credit for how good he is in other areas. We know how relentless he is. We know how hard he punches. We know how, all that. But, man, the guy does things that he don't get credit for because you just assume that oh, he's just aggressive. He's just going to wreck you. He's going to come forward. He's just going to run you over like a monster truck runs over a Volkswagen, and eventually he does do that. He's 20-0 now with 20 knockouts. He's done it with everybody. He's done it with some really good fighters. But that's not fair. He does counterpunch. He does use the jab brilliantly. He does move off every once in a while to move laterally. Give himself a little break, where he'll move off to the side laterally and look for the right place to re-enter, to come back into the fray again. He does a lot of things that is a lot more than just coming forward and getting rid of a guy. There's a lot of reasons why he's so efficient, so effective at attacking people and getting the results that he wants. Even in the end here, I'm gonna go through breaking it all down for you. But when he has you in trouble, he opens up. He opens up with everything. And again, nice short shots. Sometimes not even that hard. And then all of a sudden, just to keep you in a fray, just to keep you confused, to keep you decombobulated, Ken? And then all of a sudden, he'll place a hard one. Big fourth round for him. Smith fought back at the end, but he was getting caught. He was getting pummeled on the ropes. He was staying on the ropes too much, allowing bad. That's where Beterbiev likes to set up shop, right on the ropes. It started looking in the fourth round like I've used this analogy before. It started looking like a dog fighting a cat, Ken. That you knew the dog would eventually eat the cat. You knew. And in spots, he just rains punches on. It's like a rainstorm. The fifth round, he takes breaks, as I said before, moving off to the sides, boxing, jabbing well, looking for the right place to re-enter. But he always comes back to pressing you and being the aggressor and being the boss and just boiling you down. He boils you down. That pressure boils you down. The seventh round, Beterbiev timed him with the right hand. I don't want anyone to miss that. Yeah, the relentlessness, the accumulation, but all night he was looking to time with science. He was looking to time a right hand. He was looking for it. He's got the cerebralness too. And in the seventh round, sure enough, he did. He timed him with the right hand. That's what got everything started. And like I said, he'd been looking for that. Once he heard him, he stayed on him with those short shots. He's balanced. He's always in position. He keeps them coming. He keeps that flow going. The water doesn't get shut off. Once he starts, the pipes stay open. And they keep ringing. They keep ringing. Everywhere. And again, a rainstorm. And I like the way that he mixes them up so well. He chooses them really well, like when he switched to the uppercut at the right time. So he's got, in all that what looks like turmoil and chaos, he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's trying to get. And he does it at the right time. He only made one mistake, and I'm going to touch on it, and that's the way you beat him. And that's the way Bivol's going to beat him. Because I think Bivol will beat him.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, once we're done with this fight, I want to preview it.
Yeah, we will. It'll be a hell of a fight. But I'll tell you, he only made one mistake. And if I was training Bivol, I'd make him watch this one thing. He reached in with a right hand one time where he was vulnerable to a left hook counter, which Smith tried to do, but it was late. And it wasn't with the power that it needed to be. Because with a guy like this, Bubiaga, when you're in there with Bubiaga, you get an opportunity to hurt him, you got to hurt him. You got to take a soul. You got to put the stake in the heart. I mean, it's Dracula. You got to put the stake in the heart, and you got to pound it all the way through. You have an opportunity to hurt Bugiaga. You got to do it. You can't miss that moment because you ain't going to get another moment. At least you can't count on another moment. So there was that one moment. If I was commentating, that's what I would have concentrated on saying that's what you got to do. And Bivol, I would guess, saw it, where he reached it with the right hand because he's very aggressive. You can change distance. You can get him to reach. That's what the plan has to be. Try to get him to reach, but you can't miss your opportunity. You got to put the stake in the heart. And that was the only opportunity Smith was going to happen. And it passed and it was over. Because when you're in there with a machine like Beterbiev, you cannot miss those opportunities. As I said, you're not gonna get many. So that's what I saw. I think that's a good breakdown for the people out there that appreciate the breakdown. That the guy's he's more than just Bugiaga. He's a smart Bugiaga. He's a smart boogeyman. And then as far as you got anything else, Ken? You want to do some kind of preview of Bivol and
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I wanted to get your thoughts on the preview of Beterbiev and Bivol because that seems to make the most sense in the sport, really. Unify light heavyweights.
I think Bivol beats him. I think Bivol controls range. He counterpunches well. He's defensively very solid. But here's the most important reason why I give Bivol a chance. He's mentally solid, too. You got to be mentally solid. Forget about the physical stuff. Yeah, you got to be good. You got to be mentally. You got to... That brain's got to be surrounded by titanium. And I don't mean to keep the blows from hurting you. I mean to keep the pressure from sinking you. The pressure from melting you. The pressure from evaporating you. Just like I said, you got the space shuttle coming into the atmosphere. If you didn't have the right alloy surrounding that space shuttle, it's gonna get burnt up. You better have the right alloy surrounding your freaking head, your will, your constitution when you fight Beterbiev. Otherwise, it's gonna get burnt up. It's never gonna get through the atmosphere. Never. The atmosphere of 12 rounds. In that freaking boiler room with Beterbiev, and that freaking inferno, that furnace. No, you better have the alloy, and I think Bivol's got it. I think he's got that from the part of the world he comes from, the part of the world Beterbiev, that they have that constitute, they have that code of ethics, fighting ethics, that you have a code of behavior. To behave like a warrior. Not only fight like one, but behave like one. I think that he has that. Beterbiev has it. I think Bivol has it. He's just a different style, so you don't appreciate that he has it. Beterbiev will look to use his own jab to not allow Bivol to dominate with his jab. He will look to take the legs away from Bivol by going to the body, by cutting the ring down, by just bringing all that pressure to slow him down with the pressure I just talked about. Bivol will try to avoid engagements on the inside. Beterbiev will try to make sure those engagements are not avoided, that he will get inside, he will work. The referee, the choice of the referee, forget the judges, that's always important. But the choice of the referee will be very important. If I was involved with these fighters, man, I'd be on top of that. I better get the right referee. If I'm Beterbiev, I better get a freaking referee that allows me to fight when I get close. Otherwise, I'm dead.
Yep.
And if I got Bivol, I better get a referee that maybe is inclined to say, okay, all right, yeah, let you tie up a little bit. Not that Bivol won't fight you when he has to. He will. Anyway, that's my breakdown for that one. It'll be an awfully interesting one.